Dependable, dependable God.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be here as always. I'm so sorry that I'm not being able yet to do the videos more like consistent. I'm trying to adjust recording and editing into my schedule and be a lot more organized and a lot more disciplined. So bear with me. We're also going to have a little moment to talk about that today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We're honestly just gonna have a talk. You and I need to have a talk. We need to have a chit chat. We need to have a moment where it's nobody else's business what we're talking about, nobody else's business what we're going through. But you and I just need to have a moment. And that's what today's gonna be about. I honestly spent a lot of time trying to, oh, my phone's dying already. Trying to maneuver what would people want to see? What's the most comfortable thing to do right now? How should we go about this? But from the very beginning, when I first started recording, I told God, I need you to tell me what to do constantly. I need to know when it's time to just, give something entertaining, when it's time to do something where it's just like a light video. And I need you to tell me when it's time to bring it in and sit down. And I feel like this is the moment that I'm in right now. Let me get a charger because this phone is gonna like die. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be or anything like that. I just want to share what's in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, and then you can comment down below and let me know what is going on with you. What do you feel these last 90 days mean for you? Did you have something you wanted to work towards? Do you want something, is there something that you're just wanting prayer for? Is whatever the case may be, just comment down below and we'll definitely make sure to tackle it together, because there's some things I definitely need to tackle. So as you know, we are already in October. We're in the last quarter of this year, less than 90 days until a whole new year. And that's something that for months now has been magnifying itself in my life. And I wish I could put that into words, but even when I would have discussions with my beautiful friends, I would tell them, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like once fall, winter comes, like that, just that timing, that space, that last part of the year, it's just gonna be something so different. There's something that God is wanting me to understand. There's something that God is wanting me to do. And it's just gonna happen, and it's gonna be for that time of the year. And as the time kept getting closer and closer, that like anxiousness would rise up in me, because I really felt and feel like something is gonna switch, something's gonna change, something's just gonna happen by the end of the year. And I feel like it has to do a lot with what God is trying to do in me personally. He's had me on a very lovely and exciting journey, but nonetheless I can say that I have does the people next door? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I have really in this season understood just how much I need to hold on to him. Just how much I need to hold on to him. And for whatever it is that he needs in this season, he's demanding that. Like, I'm holding on to you, Tani Marie, but I need you to hold on to me, because if you don't have the tight grip on me that you need, imagine, when you're carrying a baby, or when you've been doing a piggyback ride, and you're the one holding on to somebody. If you don't have a good enough grip on that person, if that person decides to speed up, if that person decides to pivot, you're not gonna make it. You're either gonna lose your grip and fall off, or worse, because you weren't holding on how you needed to hold on. It wasn't that the person, was wrong, because your grip wasn't where it needed to be. You'll cost both of you whatever was at that end result, whatever was at that goal, whatever you could have obtained. And that's what I feel like God is trying to really get me to hold on to and not let go. That he's holding on to me, but if my grip is not tight enough, if he decides to pivot, if he decides we're going to enter into a space where he needs to speed things up, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be firm enough, and I'm not going to be steady enough. And it could possibly just cost us purpose, and it could cost us whatever it was that we were supposed to establish here on earth together, because God does things in partnerships. There's things that he can do all by himself. He's sovereign. But the moment he decided to make us in our image, he decided there's things on earth I can partner with these people for. And so that's what in this season I feel like he's trying to make me understand, that there's certain things that need to be accomplished. There's certain things that need to be done. And I need you holding on to my presence, holding on to my voice, holding on to my word, holding on to what I am saying and what I'm doing so profoundly that it is evident. It is evident, no matter how fast, no matter how slow, no matter what pivot, no matter what change this season brings, it will be evident that you and I are hand in hand and grip and grip. And if I'd be like, Lord, strengthen me, because if I just need to drag on to your mantle, I don't know what you wear up there, God. Like, whatever it is, strengthen me. And so that's something that I feel like he's really been trying to get me to understand, and to acknowledge that in this season, you can't enter new seasons with old season oil. You can't enter new seasons with old season mindset. And there's certain rooms and spaces that you can possess and you can dwell in, and they call onto you, but they don't call onto your fear. They don't call onto your worry. They don't call onto your insecurity, your doubt, your constant need to know every detail. They just call on to you. And so there's certain things that I can't take into next year, not even into the next 90 days with me. I can't take it into those days. And sometimes, sometimes we find it so much more easy to hold on to our comforts and to present our excuses to God. And sometimes we'll say, oh, it's just, this and this and that, or, it's this and it's that, and it's this and it's that. And lately, I've been working on my procrastination. I've been working on just getting it done. There's a verse in the Bible. I'll put it in the description, because off the top of my head, I don't fully remember where it's at and what specifically it says. I'm just going to paraphrase. But it says, when you hear the voice of the Lord telling you to do something, do it today. Like, do not delay. Do not delay. Do not delay. And that goes back to what I was saying about feeling like this season was so critical. I feel like God has me in a space where I am not to delay anything he wants to do. I'm not to delay myself. I'm not to delay what could happen, what purpose could be established. I'm not to delay it anymore. Anything that is detained from me, anything that is not open to me, will not be because I did not do my part. It will be because it is not my place, my season, my time, but it will never be because I did not do my part. I don't want to live that. I don't want to have to come to the end of my road or even a decade later and look back and say that did not happen because I did not play my part correctly. And so I'm constantly asking God, give me the wisdom and then give me the strength to do my part so that I can always collaborate with you, so that we can always be collaborating together. And there's so many things that sometimes we sit back and then we start saying, but you said. That's not the you said I'm talking about. Sometimes we say, God, you said I was supposed to be here, and you said, and I felt like I was just supposed to do more. But, then God says, okay, and what were you supposed to do? What were you supposed to do to contribute to that? What were you supposed to do to factor into that? Again, there are some things that God does all on his own, and then there are some things where he kind of passes you the baton to finish the race. And I feel like in this season, God has passed me by baton. And I feel like in this season, he's like, okay, I've done my part. I'm going to counsel you. I'm going to keep, tag teaming with you, but I'm going to be in your ear. It's time for you to do your part. And so I've been praying on how to be a better person, how to be a better mother, how to be a better wife, how to be a better servant, how to be a better leader, how to be better, but not better, in a world standard. How do I produce glory in motherhood? How do I produce glory in being a wife? How do I produce glory simply in recording this video? How does everything that I do reflect that you and I have a partnership? And I'm not perfect. Oh my, am I not perfect? But I'm in this space where the things that I'm wanting to do, the things that I feel like I've placed in my heart, and the things I feel like are my vision now, I know it's God-given because I am not in anything that I originally had planned for myself. I feel like all of my plans have been changed. All of my plans have been redirected. And so I know it's God because I'm a planner. And I have always been like that ever since I was a little girl. I knew what I was going to do. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew, I had an idea of how big I wanted this and how big I wanted that. And nothing in my life reflects that right now. So I know that he's taking me in a season where he wants to show me that his will is good. And I want to see why. I want to see why you changing my plans. I do want to see why your will is so good, why it's so perfect, why it's so much better than mine. I've been much more sensitive to understanding, girl, if there's one thing you know how to do is mess things up. So let's just let him do what he do. But overall, I feel like in this season, there's so much for me to do. And sometimes it stresses me out, but sometimes I'm so at peace because I just know that I know that glory is ahead, that better days are ahead, that Jeremiah 29:11 is ahead, It's so much that I know that is ahead, that it helps me in the moments where I feel like I'm just so overwhelmed that I don't want to even take a step. And it at least helps me crawl. There's other days where I'm ready to run. And then there's other days where I need to sit and ask God to remind me. But nonetheless, I'm excited. Everything that's happening, and share as much as I can. But where are you? Where are you in this October, in these last 90 days, less than 90 days? I don't even know. Where are you? What do you feel you need to do in these last days before the year ends? Where do you feel like God is taking you? What do you feel about yourself? If, you're somebody who's like, I didn't know God takes me somewhere. He does, but where do you feel you're headed? What is it that you want to see? What is it that you want to stop seeing in yourself? What is it that you've gotten comfortable with and I gotta let that thing go? Because it's okay. You're not the only one. You're not the only one struggling. You're not the only one doubting. You're not the only one scared. If you're somebody who's just like, I'm just chilling for the last 90 days, I'm so glad you are, because I wish I could. I wish I could be chilling. I wish I could just not think about these seasons and this time the way that I am. But I am. So hopefully some of this makes sense. Just know that we're headed into seasons, or God wants to take us, because we're not going to head anywhere if we don't do nothing. God wants to take us into seasons where eyes have not seen and ears have not heard become so true. He wants to take us into seasons where we really say, I never would have thought. I would never imagine my eyes would see. I would have never imagined my ears would hear the things that are now reality. That's where he wants to take us. But in order for us to go to where eyes have seen and ears have not heard, we have to do what our eyes have not seen and our ears have not heard and our customs have not been accustomed to. We have to do that. So let me know. I'm so glad you were here for this chit chat. I know it's a little long. Sorry. Hope I didn't bore you to death. But stay tuned. Make sure to like. Make sure to comment. This is a chit chat. So make sure to comment. Let me know. I'm going to read it. I'm going to help you pray. I'm going to help you figure it out. Whatever I can do. I'm only a screen away. So I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. And this is going to be a great season. It's going to be a great end of the year. And I pray that before the end of the year, whatever it is you're trying to become better at, you're trying to do better, whatever it is you're trying to let go of, whoever it is you're trying to be, I hope you look at the mirror and see a glimpse of them before the end of the year. So thank you for watching.